Welcome to my series on stress. We have 5 tips for relieving stress. But before we talk about those tips, I want to really talk to you about the central nervous system and give you a quick little science lesson and then tell you why it's bad to live in that stress loop. So, autonomic nervous system, part of the central nervous system. We have the sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, or it's for emergency situations. It's that freak out. It's the adrenaline and the cortisol gets released. If there's an emergency, it kicks in and bam, we're out the door, or we're running down the road because that bear is chasing us, or the car in front of us stops and immediately we slam those brakes on. Good to be in the fight or flight nervous system. I call it the freak out nervous system. Its counterpart is called the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and restore. That's the peace out nervous system, where all of those good hormones, serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and acetylcholine are released and we feel good. I call it the peace out nervous system. Freak out is for emergencies. Peace out is where we want to live most of the time. Okay, what happens in today's society is typically we are so stressed and we move at such a fast pace, and especially if we have failing memories, we might live in the freak out nervous system most of the time and occasionally pop over to peace out. We want to change that, right? So when we constantly live in the fight or flight nervous system, it affects our mood, it affects our sleep, it affects our memory, it affects our breathing, it affects everything, okay? When we're stressed, all of the blood and the oxygen drain from our brain, and we can't think clearly, we're taking shallow breaths, and we're in that state of anxiousness. We don't want to live there, guys. We want to live in peace out, where the blood is getting to the brain. We can think clearly. It helps that brain to regulate those hormones. So all of those super important hormones, especially if we have dementia, Parkinson's, an aging brain, memory loss of any kind, we want to try and stay in the peace out nervous system as long as possible and as much as possible. So these 5 tips that I'm showing you are going to do just that. They're super simple. You can do them anywhere. And you have the tools at your disposal to live in the peace out nervous system as much as possible, okay? Okay, here is tip number 1 for relieving stress and anxiety, okay? It's called the anxiety mudra. Trust me, this could end up being your best friend. So, you're gonna take your hands just like this. That thumb goes on the index finger side of your middle finger, if that makes sense, okay? Gonna place a little bit of pressure right there at the base of that middle finger, like that, okay? Hold that for about 30 seconds. Now, if you can close your eyes and take some deep breaths while you're doing this, all the better, but if not, that's fine. Within about 30 seconds, guys, you're gonna feel yourself flip out of that freak out nervous system into the peace out, okay? Try it, anxiety mudra. That's what it looks like, just like that. Little bit of pressure at the base of that middle finger, okay? All right, give it a try. Let me know what you think. Tip number 2 of 5 for releasing stress and anxiety. It's called deep breathing. Now, we've all heard people say when you're upset, take a deep breath, calm down, because deep breathing does calm us down. Why? It takes us out of fight or flight, drops us into rest and restore. That's where we want to live, right? So let's practice. We're going to do a 3-part breath, okay? So that means we're going to inhale through our nose. We're going to hold, and then we're going to exhale. Now, you can start with whatever count works for you. We're going to start with 3 counts in, hold for 3, exhale for 3. And we're also going to smile, because remember, when we smile, we laugh, and we clap. It tells the brain we're happy, starts the release of all those feel-good hormones, so we're getting double duty here, right? Okay, so find a comfortable spot. You can sit, you can lay down, all right? So let's start. We're going to inhale, remember, for 3 counts through our nose, hold for 3, exhale mouth. Okay, let's do it. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Good, how'd that feel? If you need to start with 1 or 2, that's great. If you can go 8, that's great. Let's do it again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Good. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Good. If you can practice this like for a minute to 3 minutes. That's perfect to get the ideal amount of relaxation to just settle into it. But if you can do it like 3 or 4 times, that's great too. You might not have 1 to 3 minutes. You might be in a freak out situation. Stop, say, excuse me, take a breather, step back, breathe. You can throw the anxiety mood in with it, smile at the same time, and you're covering all your bases, right? Okay, let me know what you think, all right? Okay, tip number 3, smile. When we smile, when we laugh, when we clap, it tells the brain we're happy. Here's an interesting fact. Look it up. Scientifically proven. The brain does not know what's real or what is imagined. So I don't care if you feel like smiling, laughing, or clapping. Do it anyhow because the brain goes, she's happy. Takes us out of fight or flight and drops us into rest and restore, okay? Stops the cortisol, adrenaline, and takes us over to the rest and restore parasympathetic nervous system where serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, and acetylcholine are released, okay? So, smile. If you don't feel like it, I don't care. Smile. Even if you want to bite somebody's head off, okay? Even if you want to spit nails, smile. You want the corners of your mouth to go up, all right? So if you just can't muster the gumption to do that, take an ink pen or your finger. It makes the corners of my mouth go up. The brain goes, she's happy, she's smiling. A finger works just as well, okay? I know you may think that's silly, but guess what? You're going to remember what I said about smiling, all right? Okay. Give it a try and see what happens. See if you can sense when your body and your brain start to flip out of the fight or flight into the rest and restore, okay? All right. Stress and anxiety relieving tip number 4, laugh. This by far is the most fun because a lot of times when you start laughing, fake laughing, it's going to turn into a real laugh. Laughter is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Immediately takes us out of fight or flight, freak out, into rest and restore, peace out, okay? So we start every class at Alive, Fit, and Free with laughing, all right? And this is what we do. We'll rub our hands together, close right brain, left brain together, and then we're gonna take a deep breath in, raise our arms up at the top, shake, and we usually start out with smiling. Exhale down, arms up, reach tall, smile and shake. All right, this time we're gonna bust out laughing. We're gonna get to the top and we're gonna, I can't hear you, let's do it again. Arms up, and one more time. Now, you can even make faces while you're doing it. I don't care. Anything to get those feel-good hormones releasing and flowing. And guess what? When you do any of these stress relieving tips, those hormones are going to continue to release about 45 minutes after the fact. So give it a try. Let me see what you think, okay? Even if you don't feel like it, do a hearty belly laugh, okay? All right. Tip number 5 of 5 for releasing stress and anxiety. It's called clapping. That's right. Not only do we release all of those feel-good hormones when we clap, because we're telling the brain we're happy, right? Remember, it does not know the difference between real and imagined, okay? But it also stimulates every nerve ending in the body. We have over 100,000 nerve endings in the hands and the bottoms of the feet. When we clap, your whole body is coming alive. All of that energy is flowing. So I like to do clapping in a rhythmic pattern. And I like to mix it up. Our classes, we're always mixing it up. But put some catchy music on and clap to the beat of the rhythm. Let me turn my music on. All right, start clapping. Here we go. We're going to do a little pattern together, okay? 2, 2, 1 low, 1, clap high, 2 low, 2. Give me 1 low, 1, up, center, center for 1. Again, take it up high for 2, 2. Your hands should be a little tingly now, and you should be smiling because that's fun, right? So pick a favorite song, turn it on, move to the beat, and start clapping. And if you don't want to do that, just clap. Make the corners of your mouth go up so you're smiling at the same time, okay? That's all. All right. So in Alive Fit and Free, we practice these tips every day in every class. Why? Because we want to live our healthiest and best life, right? And so we're working on our emotional pillar of health. There are 4 pillars: mental, emotional, physical, and energetic. So as we do that, we make sure that we are living in that parasympathetic model. So if you'd like to learn more about our specialized neuro up classes, they're for brain health. We have one that's for anybody and everybody. And then we have a neuro up for Parkinson's, and they're caregivers, specifically designed to help target the issues that Parkinson's patients and their caregivers face on a daily basis. And then we have one designed for dementia and Alzheimer's patients and their caregivers. Again, tailored to the needs of the dementia and Alzheimer's patients and caregivers to give them the best support that they need to live their healthiest and best lives. So if you want to know more, DM me or go to our website, alivefitandfree.com, and check us out. You can sign up for free classes for a week and check everything out. We have virtual classes, we have on-site classes, we have a pre-recorded library on YouTube. And if you have a community and you'd like to see Alive Fit and Free come bring classes there, again, reach out to me. We are up and open for sharing this with as many people as possible, because brain health is so important and it's never too early to start, right? Okay, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think, okay?